can't hear myself.
That was the start of the pod. Carl just gone, I can't hear myself. How are you? You all right?
I'm all right, yeah. Feel
You
good
okay?
today. Yeah.
Feel good. You regularly feel good, Adam. You're like between us, we're quite positive little bellends.
Yeah.
Like it was very rare you and me turn up and go, I'm having a fucking stinker. I know we rip the shit out of each other and we take the piss out of most things, but it is a bit unusual for us to walk in and be like, not feeling it today.
Yeah.
I think we get our little showbiz tits out, don't we?
Showbiz tits.
Yeah. I genuinely, life is so boring day to day that I get in and I'm like, hey, this is...
I'm getting to the point now of just wanting to scream from boredom.
Right.
Like, I feel good today, and I think it's the same thing you're saying. It's because we're here, and we get to talk shit. Especially on a Patreon day, because we get to talk even...
More shit.
You
care less and enjoy it more. It's the weirdest thing with Patreon. It sounds like you're being reckless or you don't care, but I do care, but you care less, and it makes for better podcasting. Because when we come in on a guest day, it's like, right, we've got to do this, and there's going to be... And then when we're here, we're like, feels like it's like, this is the lock-in bit.
But there's just nothing to do. I'm going to start dieting again this week. As of today, I've, had
He called me a fat, smelly cunt.
Yeah. Well, do you know what it was? I've just noticed, not massively, but the last few episodes, just like a more plumpness to me cheeks.
You did wear a big jacket, though.
Yeah. It wasn't just that, though.
Oh, I clocked that.
No, he's wearing a fucking wide.
Oh, I hated that jacket. That jacket is never, ever, unless I'm so unbelievably skinny that it's like sort of comically oversized, I will never wear that jacket again.
You look like you were doing like a Max and Paddy tribute thing.
Yeah.
It was just too...
Yeah.
Homeboy, that's too shiny.
It's too much, wasn't it?
Damn. That's padded and shiny.
I had a couple of people messaging me going, where'd you get that jacket from? It's fire. So people did like it. It just I thought it made me look fat. So I've seen them and I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to have to just get back at least for like a month on the eating nothing but chicken stuff. So over the weekend, being a bit indulgent.
Is it chicken the one?
Yeah. I just eat chicken
KFC
strips
for breakfast, lunch, and tea, and it's just not falling off. I don't know why.
Well, that's what I did last year, really. I had a couple of days where I'd like make a bit of steak and salad, but in general, I was just eating chicken strips from Tesco, and I'm just going to do that again.
Works, man.
But over the weekend, I got a bit indulgent because I'm just bored, and there's only so many, like my missus is there all the time, and it's great. It really is. But we're both just like, there's nothing to do, so we get up and we'll watch. We've blasted through Line of Duty seasons 1 to 5 so that we could catch last night's new series live.
You find yourself going, what are you having for tea? I saw The Neighbours and like, it's genuine, like, it's a line of, it's a polite question because it's not like, what you been up to? Everyone's like, dickhead, what do you think I've been up to?
Yeah.
Jack shit.
Yeah.
And if I've done something, I'm keeping it quiet because it's socially awkward. Like, I saw The Neighbours and his missus was out with the kids and I was like, oh, is she out? And I could, like, we're mates and we get on and I don't care. There's no judgment.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, she has actually, she's gone out with the lads. And I wanted to be like, dude, I don't give a fuck where your wife and kids have gone, but it's this weird thing of like, oh, I can't say that they're going to go to my mum's for the day because they're not meant to be. It's this weird thing where it boils down to what you're having for your tea becomes a genuine, like, normal question because what else?
Last night, Sam asked me, what do you want for your tea on Thursday?
Jesus Christ. I want to live, Sam. I want to live.
Yeah, it's just getting a bit sort of scream the house down with boredom. So, yeah. But over the weekend, I got a bit indulgent because I knew I was starting my diet today. So Saturday night, me and my missus did our sort of now weekly game of beer pong. We drank far too much. You know when you wake up and you're like, your head hurts and the last 2 hours are just like in little 5-minute chunks in your memory, and I was like, oh.
Every time we do a lockdown lock-in, that's what it's like. I'm like, I remember Carl looking at me at one point, and then I remember there was a taxi, and then I remember a bush, and that's it.
And then, came downstairs and just seen the mess we'd left. We'd played 5 games of beer pong, so 10 cans of Amstel were gone, and almost, and I mean literally like this much left in the bottle, an entire bottle of raspberry gin between two of us.
Shooting gin and beer pong?
No. We were drinking gin as the side drink to go with the beer pong. So we were fucking ballooned. So yesterday was and then Sam's dog was ill yesterday as well and had to go to the vet. And yesterday was just so then we got...
Did you get it a card?
From her. And then, you know when you're so hungover that you... Like, this certainly happens to me. I go, right, I don't want anything to eat all day. And then at once you get, like, dead hungry. I did that. And we ordered £48.70 worth of Chinese food from that Ziyang Gang.
What?
Gone by ours.
Yeah.
What?
£48.70.
Mate.
Yeah.
That has got
That's
to
quite
be a
a
lot.
cheap scrangaff as well, though.
Yeah. So we got...
I used to live in West Didsbury in Manchester, and there was a posh takeaway. And because West Didsbury in Manchester is quite posh, I was definitely one of the rougher fuckers around there. And every time you went to takeaway, you were like, why is that 37 quid? Because they were just like, it's Didsbury, darling. You can pay 9 quid for fucking prawn toast. But 48 quid from a normal working class Chinese place, that's like a family of 6 granted.
It's because we were both being like horribly hungover and greedy.
Yeah.
And
Grease and salt and sugar.
so we were like, I wanted a bit of everything. So I was like, I'm not going to eat it all, but I just want options. So we got sweet and sour chicken. These are all with sides. So it was sweet and sour chicken with rice. And then salt and pepper chicken was on its own. We got satay chicken. We got ribs. Like, we got so much stuff and put it all out on the table. And we were like, this is going to be amazing, isn't it? And I had about 4 pieces of salt and pepper chicken. And then I was just done. Half a rib. It was just all...
What's Chinese like for a reheat? Because
you can't reheat it. You have to have it cold.
Because I'm not a big Chinese. I'm not a big Chinese guy.
You're not. You are. Do you know what? I've said that for a while about you. You are not a big Chinese guy.
No,
you are a little white man.
But I think it's fair. A lot of people have said it about me before. It's one of my best reviews actually from Chortle.
Not a big Chinese.
3 stars. Not a big Chinese guy.
Please call your tour.
Not a big Chinese guy. I'm really struggling for a name. So not a big Chinese
Dan
guy.
Nightingale is not a big Chinese guy.
Is it what? Is it a really breakdown of like world economics and politics and like his fight against the Chinese regime?
What are you
no, it's about me being a small white guy.
What are you then? If you're not a big Chinese guy, are you a little Indian man? What? Like when it comes to food, what are you?
I'm a round Italian man, definitely a little round Italian man.
That's your takeaway. Pizza.
But I do love Indian. And this is one of the things I've loved about the last few years when restaurants have gone, do you know what? We need to start making this available for delivery and whatnot. Because it's not showing off, but if a takeaway costs 20 quid, I would rather spend 25 and get it from like a restaurant and not the dodgy takeaway. Because sometimes the takeaways are a bit like nasty.
Yeah.
And the restaurant standard Indian's good. So I think Indian, if I had to do one, but I also fucking love like a chicken kebab, chips, salad. Like I really love chicken kebab. And also the great thing about those kebab places, they will do you like a garlic bread and cheese. Or if you're doing that thing of being a bit like Henry VIII with a hangover, like I want everything. Sometimes just Indians are a bit restrictive. But
Indians, like for me, is a go and sit in scran. Like
great after some afternoon bevies.
Yeah, but like a takeaway Indian.
It's hard to have an Indian takeaway.
Always a takeaway Indian to me is always a better idea than it comes out in practicality. I never start tucking into an Indian at home and feel like I've made the right decision. I always regret it, and I'm like, why didn't I get Chinese here? Because Chinese travels better than Indian.
So many bags in Indian as well. So many things to open.
My problem with Indian food is and I prefer it to Chinese. But I will get like a chicken tikka boona, chips, a bit of naan bread. Then before that, I'll want a bit of like maybe chicken pakora, onion bhaji. And then obviously you've got to have poppadoms. And I particularly like spice poppadoms. So I'll have lime pickle, the red chili one, the mango, the mint. So you work your way through that. You're halfway through a bhaji and you're like, this is a meal. I've eaten some fucking flavoured crisps and my mouth's watering because I fucking love it. You get to the chicken boona, which is the main meal, and you're like, I'm stuffed.
Yeah.
I always do that. I think if I could only choose one and you had to go forward, I would want one of we take the piss like the Turkish owned little bit of everything, and if you ask them, they could knock up pretty much cheese on toast or a bit of squirrel. Yeah, don't worry, we've got a park near us, we'll be fine. Stick it on skewer, lovely bit of squirrel, very tasty. In pita or naan.
So you'd go Indian for the rest of your life. You could only have it.
No, I'd go over Chinese every time. I like a bit of prawn toast and a bit of what's the chickadee China, the Chinese curry.
Chicken in China, the Chinese curry.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. What's the curry? The little
curry, chicken curry.
Yeah, it's like, but it's not. Yeah, it's like Chinese curry.
Yeah, like chicken curry.
Yeah,
yeah. But no, I'd never swap out the kebab guy. I like the kebab guy.
Were you really struggling for the name curry then?
What?
They don't call it anything different in a Chinese restaurant.
But if you say chicken curry, my head goes Indian.
That doesn't do that for me.
You're so a Chinese guy.
No, I think. Do you know what I think?
He's a small Chinese guy.
You are a big Chinese guy. You're a massive Chinese guy. I'm more of a big Indian guy.
Yeah.
I'm a big Indian guy.
No.
Because if you say Chinese, if you say chicken curry, to me, it's absolutely for the Chinese takeaway. It's proper like that's one of their like extra away day dishes. That's not what they make their living on.
I don't think that's true at all.
Because chicken curry sounds proper Balti and Indian to me.
No, it doesn't.
Scouse takeaway is so different though.
Yeah, every takeaway in Liverpool, every chippy is a Chinese. There's not really like just a chippy in Liverpool. It just doesn't exist. They all are Chinese.
All right, and I'm not knocking you, but if you said to all of the people in the country, a curry.
Yeah, but if you said to all of the people in the country, do you want to leave the EU? They would, and they were wrong to do that.
No, that's not true. That's a total generalisation. It was way more tight than that. Do you want to leave the EU? Yes! It was all 70 million of us. I think there was quite a few people that were pissed off in that 48%. But if you say curry, mainly people think Indian food.
I don't agree with you, because if...
Survey says... Meh, meh.
Listen, Les Dennis, right? Fucking shut up a minute.
One of my own.
Chicken curry, to me,
one of my trolls,
is the Indian one. It is the Chinese one, because if it was Indian, you would specify the curry. I wouldn't say, I'm getting a chicken curry tonight. I'd go, I'm getting a chicken madras. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not, yeah, but I still think the word curry.
The difference is, if you said, let's go out for a curry,
yeah,
you're going for an Indian.
Yeah.
If you're getting a curry at home, like a takeaway.
No, if I'm getting a curry, that's Indian.
No, but I say, let's go for a curry.
Yeah.
We're going to an Indian, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
12 minutes in.
It's not, you know what though? It's actually, when you've done so much podcasting, you're like, right, what are we going to talk about? That was like, it was almost like we were talking about the bill that they're trying to pass the government. Like, no, and this is why I'm protesting, because Indian curry is the right curry. And we're going out there and we're going to make our fucking point.
I remember listening as a fan to you say you have mint with your pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, no, listen.
And that made me
I know
sick.
that's Maverick. I know, it just sort of works. It just sort of works.
Okay, here's a slightly sideways question. If you had to genocide Chinese people or Indians, all of them, who would you kill?
Well, what?
Depends if you're going out or staying home.
Yeah.
If you got to go and do it yourself, or just
if I'm going for a genocide, it's India. But if I'm having a genocide at home, Chinese. You know what I mean? That's obvious. Have you heard about this fucking, just mentioning what the government are trying to push through, the police crime and sentencing and courts bill that they are pushing through?
Yeah.
Fuck me, we need an opposition to get elected at some point. I don't give a shit if you like Keir Starmer or not. These cunts need to be stopped. They've responded to the Black Lives Matter protest last year, and they've responded to what I imagine has happened at the start of the year in America, where the Capitol has been stormed. And it's probably coincidental, but Sarah Everard's vigil, where you had policemen kneeling on the back of women protesting, and
they weren't protesting though. That's it. That's what's even worse.
It's a vigil. It
was a vigil.
Yeah,
like it wasn't even a protest. Like
that Pretty Shitty Patel literally sent a memo going, "You want to stop these vigils, eh?" And then after the fact, when the police stopped the vigils,
when, oh, I can't believe they stopped the vigil.
Oh, well, that's unseemly, isn't it?
She's the worst
problem, mate.
She's horrendous.
There's something about a Tory Home Secretary that's particularly divisive, isn't it? Like, let's keep these camps in place. So basically, any form of protest now, the police can say, we tell you what time it starts, we tell you what time it finishes. They can turn up with little decibel things and go, you're too loud, close it down. And then they can use more force to shut it down.
Yeah,
and if it's more than one person, you can just be one person going, hey, down with this. And they're like, just some cunt with the fucking microphone going, too loud, take it out, take it out, take him down. British shitty potatoes, take him down. And then she'd be like, I can't believe, he's not even a massive Chinese guy and they really lent on him. I fucking hate this Tory government. And just because they got some vaccines out, everyone's like, well, we can go to the pub,
they didn't
baby.
get the vaccines out.
It's the first time they let the NHS do something.
It's nothing to do with them.
Oh, God, I fucking hate
I
them.
think it's absolutely, not hilarious. Hilarious is the wrong word, but I haven't got another one. That a policeman murdered a woman, right? And then in response to that, there was a vigil where policemen assaulted women. And the answer that they've come up with to solve those two problems is they're going to put police in nightclubs to stalk women.
Smart. Really smart.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's insane.
It's just a bit.
I wonder if the police in that situation. Don't get me wrong. We've got some busies that listen to the pod and watch the pod.
Busy patrons, haven't we?
We also had an email going, can you just, Lids, I feel so infuriated by what I'm watching with the vigil and the way it's been dealt with by the police. And just this is not all police. This is not representative of the police. And there are some incredible people that work for the police force. There are some incredible politicians, but you do get judged as an industry by your lowest point. That lowest point fucking drags the reputation of the whole industry down. And I feel for a lot of police because how are you meant to deal with it? But why are you leaning on some protest? A woman at a vigil. What in your head goes, yeah, take this cunt down?
It's that great Daniel Sloss bit about, not all men, which is, he did his stand-up show, X, was about a comic who raped his friend, and he was friends with the comic. And he did stand up about it, and his line is, not all men is right, but if 1 in 10 men are awful and are doing this and the other 9 don't do anything about it, they might as well not fucking be there. So then it is all men.
Talk to your boys.
And it's
that's a great bit.
It's the same with the police though, isn't it? If there's 100 busies at a protest and 90 of them are there going, come on girls, let's just make sure everything's calm, we know you're here for whatever, and 10 of them are then beating the women up and the other 90 are going, fucking John again, and then turning a blind eye to it.
You knew there was a problem when John turned up looking like he's not slept, and there's 9 policemen going, right, obviously I know the Home Secretary's fucking lent on us quietly, but let's police this properly, boys. Is everyone all right? Listen, we've all got daughters, sisters, wives. Let's just try and be a representative of the police force and just keep everyone safe. And then John's like, yeah, let's keep everyone safe. You're like, oh, okay, John's going to be a problem.
John's there practicing his fucking wrestling moves.
John's,
what's your name, love? It doesn't matter what your name is.
John's stretching out his fucking truncheon arm. Yeah. What do you say? Yeah. Swing, bala, 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 bala. He's got 2 truncheons, like they do in the baseball, just swinging it out. Yeah. No, I'm fine. I'm all right.
It's no sort of surprise though, is it? Being a police officer gives you power, and I'm always suspicious of people who want power.
Teachers,
do you know what I mean?
But it's teachers. It's a lot of these positions, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of trust involved.
Yeah.
You think so?
I'm sort of obsessed with people who go after power. We've sort of spoken about this, haven't we?
Yeah.
A couple of times in the car and that. Do you know, Boris Johnson, right? He's the Prime Minister, yeah. I don't know whether you were aware. But
I had heard, yeah. I'm trying to keep up to date with this stuff.
Why?
Why?
Why does anyone want to be the Prime Minister? Because it just looks stressful as fuck. You've got loads of people shouting at you from the other side. Normally, when there's natural opposition, you've got the other side going, "You're a cunt." You're in the papers all the time. Your entire private life gets digged into.
Part of your own party calling you a cunt.
You've got half of your party calling you a cunt, and you've got the other half not calling you a cunt, so that they can get you on side, so that you put them in the cabinet, so that then they can eventually put a leadership contest in place and kick you out because it's all just insidious. Like, why does anyone want that job? There's no upside to me at all. Just so that you can go to your mate, here's a contract every now and then. I just really don't get it. I don't get the point of wanting to be in a position of power. It just looks stress to me.
Oh, it looks
just
brutal.
Start
And the
podcast.
Start a podcast.
Just start podcast.
It's time to have a word, and Bojo and Pretty
The American president,
leaning on vigils and being shitty.
American presidents and foreign presidents aren't allowed to drive on public roads. As soon as you become president, you can't even fucking drive a car.
Once you're a president, you're a president forever as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
What's in it for them?
Legacy.
Yeah, but it's
no, don't get me wrong.
Shite.
Yeah, no, that's not what everyone wants.
Yeah.
But if you talk about Boris Johnson particularly, here's someone
I have a Coke,
who
please.
I just do not like.
No Diet Coke.
There is a Coke, I think. All right, Carl's got it. John a bit.
Is there no Diet Cokes in the fridge?
These conservatives are especially aristocratic conservatives have come from a system where they're like, look, you're better than everyone else. You're born better. So you need to go to Gordonston or Eton or one of these schools, and then you need to go to university, obviously one of the best ones, Cambridge, Oxford or whatever. And then after that, you get a job in the civil service or whatever. Like, it's all from a system of like, you're born better, you are better, and you need to keep the country for the best people. Yeah. So he's in his head, he's like, oh, of course I want to lead. I need to lead. I'm an aristocrat. I'm upper class. It's my duty to lead. But what does he get out of it in terms of like legacy? He's now going to be always remembered as a prime minister of this country. And that means generations and generations will learn his name. If you are built like that, that's almost a way of it's a part of immortality, isn't it? Like, Lloyd George, who the fuck is going to remember Lloyd George apart from if he was Prime Minister? And that was 100 years ago. And he's one of our more... Gladstone, Disraeli, that's 150 years ago. Like, their names are now in history forever. Boris Johnson, whether you like him or not, in 150 years, we'll have people talking about Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Yeah,
that's true. And there's a saying, and I don't know who said it, that I actually really like, which is you die twice. The first time is when you die, and the second time is the last time anyone ever says your name.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Have you seen the Pixar, the Coco, the Disney Pixar?
No, I haven't seen it.
So it's about the afterlife, and it's all about the Day of the Dead, and it's basically Mexican, the Mexican afterlife and everything. And they live as ghosts until someone forgets them, just like you're saying. Yeah. Like, once the last living person forgets them, they're then done, and they disappear from the afterlife into nothing. Their soul dies. And yeah, that's exactly that, isn't it? Yeah. So you and I, you put together a legacy in stand-up or whatever in podcasting, your grandchildren will know your name, and then maybe they'll tell stories of your great-grandchildren. And if you get famous, you have a chance of it being not for, but
this is why
in 4 generations you could be gone.
This is why I always talk about murdering people. Right. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Because
just to be remembered.
Just to be remembered.
Well, Denzel says everyone you murder has to be a slave in the afterlife.
Yeah.
Make an entourage.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you become famous, then I suppose it knocks it forward, that point where you're truly forgotten. Mm. I don't know if I'd be happy with he is remembered. He's that guy that killed 19 pensioners because it was easy and he wanted a legacy. Yeah. The Granny Strangler, Dan Nightingale. Yeah. I don't know if that's...
You could pull that name off, though.
The Granny
just put that beer over there, by the way, because I've realised I'm starting a diet today. And when you're starting a diet, probably having a beer at 10 to 12 in the morning. It's probably not a great start, is it?
I'm not having a wasted Moretti. Can I have that beer?
You want it?
Is that all right?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely not. It's my favourite lager. These aren't even... You bought these.
Yeah, I like Moretti. It's my favourite beer. One of them anyway.
So beautiful.
Dan, what would your murderer name be? The Granny Strangler?
If we were talking about infamy,
Nightcrawler was a good one, wasn't he? He was a fucking mental.
Holy shit, that was a
insane.
great Netflix series.
Oh, it's well put together. Like.
Oh, recommendations.
We spoke about it, didn't we?
Yeah. I recommend
Nightcrawler
it.
is a good name.
There's another thing I spoke to my neighbours about, like, what are you having for tea? And then we started talking about TV, and you're like, oh, we're so fucking bored. I just wanted to be like, let's stop talking. And then I recommended Nightcrawler, and they're a bit straight-laced, and I think they were like, ooh, what's that? Is that on the Netflix?
I'd be the fister.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Is that how you kill people?
Now, why would you? Because you punched them so hard? Has it got a nastier undercurrent to it?
Because once I've killed them,
You
fist
fist
their ass.
That's his calling card. Oh,
That's
the
how you know
fist
it
is
was me. Because like, got another one. Fucking arsehole's ruined here. It's been punched in.
How did you
Punched
catch?
an arsehole in.
How did you
posthumously.
catch the fister? Well, we just went through West Derby Tesco sales of hand wash, and we realised this guy had bought 3 litres of
No.
it in and around the time that.
But I don't wash my hands because I get off on the smell.
Right.
Oh.
Well, that's the beer ruined. Yeah, the police crime, sentencing and courts bill. We really took that down. Sarah Everard's vigil within 8 minutes. Yeah, they call me the fister.
So he's the fister. What are you? Big Chinese guy.
He just
No, I'm the
leaves.
big Chinese guy killer.
He just no.
I'm the big Chinese guy killer.
Well,
And
there aren't
I
many,
go
are
over to China and I just wait to see a big guy, and I'm like, eventually I'll find one, and I'm taking
It's a
the
bit
cunt
of
down.
a cop out, that innit?
5'11"
If you're only
and
going
more.
to kill Chinese people, going to China, that makes that too easy. It's a lot more impressive.
To hunt them out in the UK. Where do you think you'd start? Trying to find Chinese people in the UK. Like,
Harman Street.
if I was in Manchester,
Yeah.
where would I go to find Chinese people? If only there was a specific part of the town centre that they call Chinatown.
I've just realised, and I had a little mini stroke there, and then remembered that it's a patron and we'll probably be okay. But we're talking about going around killing Chinese people
Shit.
a week after a load of Asian people were murdered in
shit.
America.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
We do not condone.
no,
This isn't the
do you want to
clip.
do it as an apology? I want to. Don't look at the camera. You know, we talk about killing a lot of people.
We do.
We do. Don't look at the camera. We don't. I'm sorry. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Adam, I'm sorry to you.
Yeah.
I've got a problem with drink.
Drinking on a Monday morning.
That's my,
Podcaster drinks 11 a.m. in the morning.
that's
Talks
my,
about
that's my
killing
issues.
people.
I'm an alcoholic.
yeah.
Anyway, let's keep it safe. Back to fisting.
Yeah. I'd be the fister. And I wouldn't
be the
discriminate. I wouldn't discriminate on
No,
who I kill.
because you're so
Not
liberal.
by colour.
You're quite
creed,
progressive. Yeah.
Yeah. No, like nothing. I will fist anyone.
Right. Have you
Yeah.
actually?
Fisted someone? No, I've got 4 in.
Why? What way?
Oh,
I got 4.
Horizontal or really?
like you
Did you go palm up?
That's what I'm saying. Horizontal or vertical? You going like? What way you going, Star Trek?
You start with 1, you go to 2, and then 3, and then you add the 4th one in. 4 fingers is a lot less than a fist. I know it seems
All
like,
of a sudden, you're right in there and you're doing a fucking
shoulder,
audition for All Creatures Great and Small.
yeah. Have you done any fisting?
Pointing with his fist and fingers.
Let me think. Yeah, I did. But it was just it was more like, I did the same. So this is 10 years ago. I was seeing a lady and we got on really well, and we were, you know, when you just meet someone and it didn't work out, we were seeing each other for about 6 months, 4 or 5 months. And I really pissed her off at the end because I asked her parents what they wanted for Christmas and then dumped her about a week and a half later. And she used that as one of the reasons she was annoyed with me. She was like, why would you dump me just before you've asked my parents what they want for Christmas?
Because
I'm
your
like,
dad's a cheeky cunt and he's not getting a George Foreman grill from his son-in-law.
I said 25 quid spend limit between them. And I remember one time it was early, you know, early on when you get all your moves out in the first 4 or 5 weeks, you're like, God, I'm trying all sorts. Who the fuck am I? Yeah, and then we were going for it, and it was more just like a physics thing of like 2 in, plenty of room. It was like that Steve Shanyaski bit, plenty of room,
Yeah.
plenty of room. And I was like, 3 in, there's a bit of give. And I was like, 4 in, And then it was almost like the Regina was very accommodating. It was like, force her.
Yeah.
Well,
That wasn't the first fish she'd seen, was it?
And then at that point, I think we all knew, because the lady in question must have been like, well, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. Oh, hang on, this is 4. And then she went, hey, that's enough.
Well, that's not fisting.
Well, no, I know. So I didn't. So I got to where you...
Oh, okay.
You know, before when I said I did the same as you, and then but it was like quite a sexual thing until she went, hey, that's enough. Because I think she knew what was coming.
Don't fist me.
Which was me going to be like, because I'm a bellend and I can't do sexy. I'll be like, fucking hell, love. Where are you like a bloody glove?
Lost me fucking watch.
Hang on. Fucking sooty and sweet. Yeah, so I've not. And I don't, when it comes up in porn, I'm like, no, all right.
It's just heavy, innit?
It's
like,
just
it's really,
too
really
much.
heavy.
Just punching a fanny, innit?
It's just
No, you're not punching it. You're sort of like, it's like you're trying to sort of make bread.
You're needing it.
You're needing it.
Why is it exciting? Is it because it's an extreme and it's like, oh God.
It's because it's the biggest thing you can put in.
That's those extreme
Unless you're
things.
Editing.
Dude, I can't detach from what is going on with that girl. Like, yeah, this is going to be long-term not good for me. I just don't find it like...
Would you ever put your head in?
Do you reckon there's anyone with a dick bigger than my fist? Do you know what I mean?
Wider.
Like, is there some fucking absolute weaponic pipe yielding monster out there whose dick would do more damage than a bunch of 5s
in the history? Yeah, there'd be an abnormality, wouldn't there? But it's like micro penises. There's very, very rare, but people have like literally like half a...
Yeah.
It's a medical thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and we're fine. You know, we get... and you get counselling and treatment, and you are a real man.
It's the opposite, like
You're a real man!
mega penis.
But I'm sure someone has been born, probably not in this country, with some absolute gargantucock.
Dappy.
And then they've had to have it medically reduced in childhood.
Dappy.
Dappy's dick. Oh, yeah.
Do you want to see the scar on my dick?
I'm not even allowed to touch your nipple. Why would you get your scar
You're not
out?
allowed to touch it.
Have you got Harry Potter scar dick?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a dick wizard. Is that where Voldemort tried to wank you off and it left a scar?
Yeah, it's just there.
You have not got a dick scar.
It burns when the doctor's near him.
It burns.
Yeah.
It burns.
But they call all the women that I fucked the woman who lived, because they're lucky that they do, after my dick's been in them. Pipe. So it's not the boy who lived, it's the girl who lived. Because...
Oh, God. If you let Adam talk for long enough, he will just keep going, did you not get it? Let me add a layer. I'm like a gross onion. Until you stop me, I will keep adding layers. Lad, because it's so big, I'll internally hurt them and they will die in a hospital. Do you know what I mean? Lad, it's like a bollard in a person. Bad. Bleeding. Death. And if you lose too much blood, you die. You cease to exist. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what he means?
I've got an inkling.
Yeah.
They wouldn't make it to
I
this
think
film.
it's really cute that you're playing beer pong with your missus every weekend. I think it's
just something to do, innit?
Really nice.
It's something to do.
think
We have a laugh.
Yeah. Do you know, you see some relationships and you're like, you've just accidentally ended up in a relationship. You've been single for a bit, you've maybe got drunk and snogged, or you've just been like, oh, you're here, I'm here, and then you can't be bothered ending it. I look at some couples, I'm like, leave each other alone. You're not even that good. And then you hear about couples who are playing beer pong on a Saturday and you're like, that is how it should be. You should be having a fuck around and playing beer pong on a Saturday.
Drinking a full bottle of gin.
Yeah. I mean, me and Laura aren't doing that right now, but that's for pretty obvious reasons. Like, come on, love, I know you're nearly
It's
due, but get the beer pong out.
It's quite weird. We've spoke about it sort of quite a lot over the past couple of weeks. Is like our relationship has been almost entirely lockdown. Do you know what I mean? And it's because like I get on really well with mum and dad. We go around every sort of few days or whatever.
Is it going to be weird when things lift and you're doing stuff?
Well, we've spoke about this. Like, you know, a lot of people have said to her, And like I've spoke to mates and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, see it going quite well with your missus and stuff." And they're like, "I tell you what, if you can sort of make that relationship work in lockdown, you're onto a winner there, because there's, you know, couples who've been together for longer who are struggling and whatever."
Oh my God!
But there's always the danger that like we're only good in lockdown, and it could go. I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like my sister and her partner get on great, but they are a bit like combative. You know, like they have some fucking. They love each other to bits, but there are moments where you're like, okay, you feel like going, guys, I'm here, by the way. If this is the argument you're having while I'm here, what the fuck happens when I'm not? And she's always said, well, the reason, because me and Laura don't have fights, we're like, you and Serica, you don't have like bennies, do you? And she's always said, well, it's because Dan's away 4 nights a week, 5 nights a week, gigging. So you're not with each other enough to boot off. And then lockdown happened and you're like, nah. We just get on. And when we have those moments where everyone annoys each other, there's just a way of avoiding pressing the button. Like every couple knows, if you go, why have you left that next to the thing? And we're like, why did you not put the recycling out? Oh, well, fucking, and then there's a red button where you go, I could press this right now, take this up to DEFCON 4, and we will have it. And we just don't press it. It's not because I'm away more. It's because we're just not that. Like you don't know until you're there. Likelihood is, you'll get out of lockdown, you'll be able to go to restaurants and bars, and everything will be sweet. Yeah. It would be funny, though, if you just don't work when you're in Pizza Express for some reason. Like, yeah, they're great until they're actually at a restaurant. Like, no, fuck you, I don't want garlic bread.
Well, there's a couple of things, right? So first of all, I think we've benefited from the fact that we've been forced into this lockdown situation when we're both still making an effort. I think what a lot of couples have struggled with is they're like a year, 2 years, 3 years in, and they're maybe living together or whatever, and they're on top of each other, but they're past the point of trying to impress the other person. So they're not doing the dishes on time. They're not putting the fucking shoes away. I'm still like, I really like this girl. I'm we're a few months in, and I need to keep up this facade that I'm a tidy cunt. And she's still like, I'll get home today, and I'm telling you right now, I'll text you in again, I'll send you a video. The state of my house when I left this morning is abysmal, because it's still got all of the shit from the beer pong because we were too hungover to clean up yesterday, and it's got the shite we did to it yesterday where we were taking socks off and throwing it, and because she's doing the exact same thing, she'll have tidied up and she'll give it a proper clean. That's exactly what she'll do, because we're still in that zone.
That's good.
Yeah.
Then that'll always be the zone, though.
It should be.
Yeah, but this podcast is getting big enough to have a cleaner. That's all I'm saying.
And you've never lived with a girl properly, so I'm telling you, you and Serica are the best couple I know, like long-term couple.
It's we haven't had the test properly
when
yet.
you live together, I can't wait because it will come out again. You'll be here pissed off one day, and it'll be, what's up, Carl? Nothing, because you're quite private with your relationship stuff at times, but it'll seep out of you because it gets infuriating.
It's infuriating living with anyone.
Yeah.
And I hate that bit in like blokes stand up when they're like, oh yeah, you know, people's, you know, she says, oh, we're best mates. We're not best mates. If you were like my best mate, Steve and like, yeah, but living with Steve would be worse than living with your missus. People live with their partners and then bitch about it. People love their best mates because they see them once every 2 weeks, go for some beers, chat shit, watch a football match, and go for like a bit of food or something. It's easy. That's the easiest time. It's almost like you're dating your best mate.
I'd kill him in his sleep if we lived together for 2 days.
Living with anyone is hard work.
You want to see me and Carl? You know, if we go somewhere to do something, like if we go to an event in London, let's say like we went to Don't Flop a few years ago, the rap battle event. We were together for 48 hours. That 46th hour, I could tell you right now how I pictured his murder.
Yeah.
Like he was going, like we're standing waiting for.
Is it fisting by any chance?
No, it's not. It's under the train.
Yeah, I mean we did well. You're
like a high friction friendship.
Yeah, it's high reward, high.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of the friction is sort of performative. It's fake. We just take the piss a bit.
No, yeah.
But like after 2 days, like. Because one of us will be in a good mood, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because that one is trying to drive insanity into the other.
If you add a train journey into that, that's it.
I love it when lads go, oh, you know what? If she leaves me, we should get a place. That works because of that. Because that first 36 hours is great, isn't it? Imagine living with your best mate as a grown man. You'd be like, I will pay you to fuck off to your own property. Like the thought of sharing. If Laura's leaves me, so Laura's gone.
Laura's gone.
Where?
So Laura's gone.
Where's she gone?
She just leaves me.
No.
Well, she'd go. I mean, if I'm doing the Laura's gone,
Yeah.
she'd just go to the East Midlands
Why?
because she's from there.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's she doing now?
yeah,
Why
Who's
is
she
she
with?
MI5?
she's fucking taking off the Patreon money.
Half yours.
What did you think I meant? Half of yours as well?
Yeah.
Adam, can you imagine that meeting? Adam, I know you've had a few people inquiring about maybe representing the podcast and whatever. Yeah, well, I've had my wife asking for 50% of your Patreon money. Sorry, Finn, you've got to go.
So Laura's gone.
Laura's gone.
Laura has moved back to Nottingham. That's what she's told you. But what's actually happened is she's got a VPN
Right.
so that you think she's in Nottingham.
Is it sad or is it a happy story? Is it?
She's actually won the lottery, but she thinks you'll be too frivolous with the money. So she's moved to the Cayman Islands, took the children with her, and she's now running Nestle because she's bought shares and they've gone, do you know what? You seem sound.
Where the fuck
You
has
can-
that come from in
You
your head?
can run Nestle.
Nestle that's based in York.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, no, it's not, is it?
Again,
the
VPN.
UK.
VPN.
Oh, the VPN.
Yeah. So
They're not based in York.
she's in
they're
the
based
Cayman Islands.
I'm not going to
running
interrupt.
Nestle.
I'm going to see where he goes with it.
She's in the Cayman Islands running Nestle. And she's got a new fella. His name's Mark. Right?
C.
With a C.
Oh, my God. That's her ex's name.
With a C.
Cunt.
She's got a new fella. His name is Dean. With
With
a
a
C.
C.
Right? Right? And Dean collects
The funniest you've been.
Dean
Such a stupid lie.
Dean collects limited edition Monopoly boards. So he's got like the Liverpool FC one. He's got
Simpsons.
the Simpsons one.
Yeah, it's classic.
He's got the Nestle York-based Cayman Island VPN one.
Oh,
Yeah. So he's now, that's how they met. Because he
Get
got in touch
$200.
with, he got in touch with her to create a Nestle Monopoly board. Because he also works for Monopoly, right? And so Laura's in the Cayman Islands with Dean with a C, silent C in the middle. D-C-A-N. Dean, right? And they're discussing Monopoly boards. And like, he's like, do you want a game of Monopoly? And she's like, go ahead, yeah. So her and Dean are playing Monopoly. And Etta and the new baby, because this is in a few months, they're watching. And then they get involved as well. And then Dean loses first. He's out, which is weird because he's like, you know, he plays quite a lot. Oh, yeah. And then Laura's out as well. And then they leave the kids with the nanny. Yeah. And they go onto the beach of the Cayman Islands and they have sex. And then they have a baby. And then that baby becomes the heir to the Nestle.
The hair.
Empire there.
The hair.
The empire.
He doesn't become the heir. He
With a
becomes the
silent C.
hair. Spelled with a H. 4 H's at the start.
Yeah.
And a C. But he becomes the chair.
The chair of Nestle. Yeah. But anyway, the important thing is
Laura's gone. Well, what I was going to say is I wouldn't move in with Barry Dodds. I was just trying to get to that. I wouldn't move in with a mate. But it's so good to know that they're playing Monopoly and then going out onto the beach in the Cayman Islands, shagging and instantly having another baby.
No, that
on
9
the
months
beach.
later.
Oh, right, cool.
Yeah. It's no different in the Cayman Islands. It still takes 9 months. They're not like different babies or anything. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah.
So watch out. Next time we don't do the dishes, Mark. I mean, Dean with a C.
Just there's no point interrupting the flow. when it starts going, because it's almost like it doesn't even matter if it's funny. It doesn't even matter if it's interesting. It's just so amazing watching Adam's tombola of a brain work. Like, here we go. Where's it going to go today? Right, first of all, it's going to the Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands. We've got Cayman Islands. First appearance for the Cayman Islands. Like an FA Cup draw of the bullshit from your head. And the Cayman Islands, and the partner's going to be called Mark. Oh, no, Mark can't be. It's going to be Dean with a C. And then what Mark's going to do for a job? Mark's going to he's going to collect Monopoly. Monopoly balls. Where did Monopoly come from? No idea. I'd suggest that Adam's thought about Monopoly in the last fucking 72 hours. Absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what's quite interesting about this podcast is you saying like you've got nothing to talk about with your neighbours or your partner. We talk for 4 hours a week and we've found shit to talk about when neither of us are doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm excited to see what I listened back to Elliot's episode and I was a bit mean to you because I sometimes genuinely feel like the way your head works, you're doing that tombola of like what we're going to talk about next.
Yeah.
And I can tell when you're glazed over when I'm saying something, you're like, oh, fucking hell, he's talking again. But you fully expect me to listen to all of your stuff. And when you started doing the breakdown of your morning and I started going, it's so boring. But I was like, no, I'm telling you, I had muesli at 9 and then I did some emails. I just piss myself at like, it's going to be interesting when we are living our lives and we've actually got stuff to talk about. I'm excited about having different guests on and people from around the country. I gig with Mark Nelson on Saturday. He came down to the Frog to do the live stream gig. So I did a live stream gig, another one in the venue. Mm-hmm. And gigging in the Frog when it's like no crowd, it's Liam and Colin that work there. No one else from the venue. You've got Louise Young, Dan Tiernan, Brennan Reese. So nice to see Brennan and Mark Nelson. There's just 6 of us. The lighting's all dark because of the show. There's a camcorder and a screen. The joke I made, which will never pass beyond this, is basically COVID has reduced the comedy industry to mid-noughties Al-Qaeda videos from caves. Just like, right, let me tell you. Like, it really felt like that. We felt like we're making like weird Death to the West videos that were going to go on Al Jazeera. And just to have gone out and done something and talked to Mark Nelson, I was like, it was great. It was loads of fun. The gig was random. They have an earpiece. They were like, oh, you can have an earpiece so you can hear them. And I was like, Liam, I don't want to wear the earpiece. I just want to say my shit. I know if I make Mark Nelson laugh, it's a new bit. It's funny. I got 2 new bits and made Mark Nelson laugh. I was like, yes. 1 new bit. You know when you start doing a new bit and you're like, I'm not writing it down. I'll just work my way through it. And halfway through, you basically go, I don't want to say these words anymore. I literally did that thing when I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. But I said to Mark, I was like, we're dying to have you on. And he was like, oh, yeah, man, fucking quality. You know how he does. And that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for getting guys like Mark Nelson in. It's going to be amazing.
Where's Mark from again? Mexico. Was that Mexico?
Yeah, my name's Mark Nelson.
Borat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he's from Arbroath. So bring it on. Bring on the restrictions. You having a fucking Benny and Zzz's and us having more exciting peeps on. Should we have a little break?
Do you want to talk about?
No.
Nope.
Not really. Let's have a break.
What's happening, guys? Ooh, look at your outfit. Shocking. You look horrible in that. That's a shit t-shirt, jumper, dress thing, whatever that is you've got on. What you need, lad, is a fucking t-shirt or a hoodie from haveawordpod.com. You want some official Have a Word merch? Go to haveawordpod.com and get some then, instead of wearing that fucking shite you've got on. It's horrible. You look a joke. Don't be leaving the house like that. You want a hoodie that says rat? That's what you need, lad. Go and get it. haveawordpod.com.
Good. Just mark down what the funny bits are for Finn, hey?
Yep.
Finn was just editing a clip and he was like, could you tell me where the funny bits are? and he did it with absolutely no irony and no joy in his eyes. Like, guys, I so don't laugh anymore. Just tell me where the funny bits are and I'll fucking sub it. 4 months of working here and we've ground him down.
That's what comedy does, though, innit? Like, being involved in comedy does ruin comedy a bit for you.
A lot.
Do you know
Who's the saddest person in a comedy venue?
the comedian's girlfriend?
That's exactly what I meant.
100%. Like, when you've been in a relationship with a comedian and you've seen the same set 6 times and you've seen the same comedian's friends do the same... it just gets a bit much for them.
The ultimate combo, Laura came to the Frog about a year and a bit ago, and I told the staff about it, and it was we got a hotel room, and I was working. We got babysitter. Her mum was staying over, and we went and had food. We did the gig, and we had some drinks. And Chloe, who I did a bit of the radio pod with, and the staff made a fuss of Laura. Got us big, and like every time her drink was running out, someone would come over and go, "Would you like a drink?" And she loved it. She'd not been to see me do stand-up for 2 years, and because I turn over jokes, she hadn't seen all the jokes. That was the happiest I've ever seen a partner who's not a brand new partner.
Yeah.
The brand new partners are like, wow, a comedy gig. They're all chuffed. It's the ultimate combo is guy that has had the same set for 8 years without changing fucking anything in a long relationship. Those partners are the ones, aren't they? Like,
my ex-girlfriend fell asleep at Watford Comedy Loft whilst reading a book. So she was already not watching the gig. She brought a book, and then she still fell asleep.
It's
Smashed
nothing.
it that night.
Absolute
She missed
belter.
the encore.
Absolute belter. I mean, you could argue she shouldn't have been there. But Adam, I want to see Watford Town Centre.
Well, we'd been to that Harry Potter Studios.
Oh, that's a good shout. Yeah. Laura comes down to gigs, say, that I do, and she just comes and watches one. This is a few years ago, pre-Etta. And she'll like, we'll get the hotel, and on the second night I'll be like, "Are you coming down?" She's like, "No." Can have a bath in a nice hotel room. So that's just the reality, isn't it? Right. Got some questions, got some correspondence. Take as long as you want or jog on. I think you tried to jog on when I last did this, and then I was like, "Oh, you're not even trying." But I want to clear some of the backlog. I feel like my little correspondent. What are you smiling at? Is it because I'm noncy with the prep?
No.
Why are you smiling at?
Nothing.
What?
I just got a feeling that I might want to really go into detail
Okay.
with my answer to question 1.
All right, then. What's your favourite colour?
See, now that's a complicated question because it really... Who's sent that in?
Phil
what?
Tufnell.
Phil Crayola.
Tufnell.
Phil Tufnell.
Imagine if Phil
Tufnell.
Tufnell.
All right, lads.
There's a Patreon of
Phil
this.
Tufnell. Big fan.
He's quite sound, Phil Tufnell, though, isn't he? You'd go for a pint with Phil Tufnell.
Oh, top blow.
Yeah.
He
Of all the
smokes a bit of
cricketers.
spliff.
Does he, yeah?
Yeah, famously, he's a weed smoker. Yeah.
Is he? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think when he played.
Yeah.
Weird sport to be a
Diddy
professional.
Hamann used to smoke ciggies in the dressing room. Diddy Hamann. This isn't like the 80s or the 70s.
It's
This is
2002.
half time in Istanbul. The reason we won that is because Diddy Hamann handed the bifters out at half time.
Chesney used to smoke, and Arsene Wenger sacked him for it. That's why he didn't work at Arsenal.
Oh, let the goalkeeper smoke. Come on.
The goalkeeper should be allowed to smoke mid-game. If you're a possession-based team. Alisson Becker just having a big chongy one.
Cricket's a mental sport, isn't it, to be a professional of? Like, footballers, I know have to do like 50, 60 games at the top level, and you might have like a nasty Ukraine fixture in the Champions League or something, or like Slavia Prague away. But like with cricket, you're like, yeah, you've got a tour of
You're
it.
more of a Sparta Prague fan. What was
Just love it. Everything that's been going on recently. Really good people, nice people, sound. Especially the ultras.
Yeah,
love them.
They're racist, aren't they? That's what you're getting at.
Yeah.
But to be fair to them, at least they are communicating their feelings as men.
Shit ourselves then. Both of us went, "Oh."
Just to backtrack. Adam's like, well, at least
It's important for men to
horrific
talk.
racists,
Yeah.
but at least they're,
They're
talkers.
getting it out. They're not internalising it.
Working it.
Because that's really bad for men's mental health.
So what's
to keep
Adam
your
saying
feelings
is,
about people in.
if you are a violent racist, get it out.
Make a flag.
Because we have got to look after men's mental health.
Yeah.
What about black men's mental health? Never mind that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First things first.
Everything that happened with Glenn Kamara over the weekend was vile. But I mean, to go on a cricket tour of India when you're like, right, you've been selected to play for England this winter. You're like, oh, great. What's the schedule? You go to India in December and you'll be back early Feb. You'd just be a bit like, I know you're meant to just say yes to England, but you're like, nah, I'm all right. I'll leave it. The Ashes are in around here next year.
The thing with cricket for me, though, is I don't think it's possible to be any better than anyone else at it.
I think that with 99% of sports, I think that.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't understand how basketballers are better than each other.
Like, I just think...
What?
I think with cricket...
I get him. I get what he means.
Right, I think I am as good a cricketer as Freddie Flintoff.
No, I don't agree with that.
No, but that's your stance on everything.
No, but
you think you're
this
better,
isn't even as a joke, though.
But you think you're better at childbirth than women. Like, you're so built naturally to be like, mate, I'd smash that.
No, but like cricket...
What is it? Having a menstrual cycle.
Cricket is just fucking throwing a ball in it, innit?
Yeah, it is. You're right. So you're better than any baseball player in America.
How can you be good at that? How can you be better at someone at baseball? They all do the same thing.
What? Why are you being the biggest pair of spanners in the world?
I agree with this. And most sports blow my mind.
There's a lot of sports where I'm just like, this is a bit like, you're no better than I would be if you gave me 6 weeks. Do you know what I mean?
At baseball.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth, Babe Rowe.
Like,
Baseball.
it's just swinging a bat.
I think, if you believe that, you should put some training in then, kid, because I think baseball players, I think the biggest contracts are like $30 million a season.
But it's just a
Didn't
scam.
Michael Jordan just go and do baseball for a laugh? And was that good, innit?
No, he was bad at it.
Oh, was he?
He was poor.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't do very well. But I think that's because he still had, he's still like, I fucking love basketball, though.
Yeah, so that's why he was shit at it. Because he was swinging, he was like, oh, dunk! And he's like, oh, shit, wrong sport. He caught the ball and then went, Kobe! He actually said Kobe. Which is random.
Ahead of his time.
Didn't
Yeah.
exist.
This is early career Jordan. When Kobe was like 7 years old, he was like, Kobe!
So how can you be better at hitting a baseball than... How are you the best?
Right.
Because all it would be is I'd go to swing it and I'd be like a bit, maybe I'd have swung a bit too early. So then with the next ball, you just go, just wait a sec.
You some dumb motherfuckers.
But
How is someone better at a sport than another sport? Golf, cricket.
No, because that's decision-making golf.
yeah,
And football's decision-making
So-
as well. When it's not decision-making...
So golf is decision making. You've got a piece of metal.
No, it's
and a
deciding
ball.
what club to use, where to hit it, the wind, the movement, everything. It's decision-making makes the best.
American football, when you're throwing the ball, you've got to pick your player.
Decision
You've got to
making.
judge the
Football's
weight,
the same.
the time of the ball.
The pass.
Baseball is
cricket,
just
whack.
hit that as hard as you can.
So you're saying how can someone be better at it than someone else?
Yeah.
Right.
I think there's zero skill involved. I think it's just whoever's the best baseball player ever just got more lucky than the other people.
Right.
Yeah.
So someone who's small, quite weak, got like a sort of, degenerative muscle disorder, you give them a bat, and then you give a professional...
No, because that's not an even playing field, is it?
No, but it's professional sports, not an even playing field, is it?
No, but I'm saying an able-bodied man
So you're an able-bodied man who's strong.
can do as good as Babe Ruth did. He was the best, wasn't he?
Right. I don't even know what conversation we're having here.
That's attributes rather than skill.
I think when you take decision-making out of sport, the skill gap is hard to...
Yeah, attributes are a big part of it, though, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't think there's any skill involved in cricket or baseball.
Bowling there is. Again, that's decision-making bowling. I know batting is too, but it's just hitting the ball, isn't it?
So have you just conceded the whole point twice there? I mean, yeah, bowling is and batting, but apart from that,
No, but I mean, there's
cricket's-
not much decision-making. It's not like Willie...
Baseball is the perfect one.
Yeah.
Because that is just twat that ball as hard as you can.
And loads of people can't do it because the balls are coming at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. But there's no skill in it.
There's no skill in a 100 mile an hour MLB pitcher flying these cunts at you with fucking bend, looping it in.
Do you know?
And you're like, yeah, just hit it.
Was it Phil Tuffin who emailed?
Blue. So it's blue. So Phil's at home with a biff going, fucking hell, boys. You rushed that one. I'm fucking stoned. And if anyone's interested by that, Adam's a blue. You fucking spanners.
Dan's laughing through his teeth here.
It's honestly, I know this is probably going to pay off my mortgage, but there's some moments where I'm like, I almost can't believe that's the case.
He's purple.
I honestly feel like this podcast gets more and more retarded every week we do it, and the money keeps going up. I'm like, I just feel like I'm strapped onto. I am strapped onto like a roller coaster that's rickety as fuck, and I can't see where it's going. But we're like, hey, we're on it.
It's going on.
Wow, just sit there. And then blue.
He's crying.
My stomach hurts.
Harry Robinson, the GOAT.
Wait.
He's not ready.
I'm not ready.
Not ready. Let's just check the Patreon, see if it's gone up one.
Favourite colour?
Baseball shit.
Yeah, one more Patreon while we were talking absolute fucking bollocks. Patreon.com/HaveAWordPod. Oh yeah, you already know. You already know. Harry Robinson, the GOAT, says, "I want. Have you had any water? Good. Just make sure you get that in. Oh. I once had a stalker that found my address and sent me hundreds of pounds worth of feeler clobber. Besides your heavily pregnant wife, Dan, have you ever had any stalkers, overly eager admirers, and how would you deal with them? Have you had any issues with this? Yeah. Crazy people.
Every female that sees him.
No, I have had a stalker though.
Have you?
Yeah. Do you remember?
Oh shit, yeah. Go on.
he already doesn't believe me.
No, I do.
He has. It was weird.
Yeah. There's a girl called Victoria, and she started coming to Envy. Hot Water Comedy Club started in Envy.
Right.
Remember?
Oh, did you used to work on the bar?
I worked on the bar.
Just after Zellig's, wasn't it?
What's
just after
Zellig's?
Italian restaurant.
Laura's gone. Rowie bags. I'm not doing it for Rosie. I'm not doing it for Zellig's. I'm doing it for Envy.
So, where's...
Nonce. There you go. That's all the catchphrases in one. Hang on. There you go.
Kobe.
That's the... Kobe. Shit, Kobe. The idea of Michael Jordan going, Kobe! God.
Yeah.
Tell us about Victoria.
Victoria, she started coming to Envy on the Hot Water Sundays when it was just the Sundays, and then the Fridays as well. She'd always sit right on the front row.
Oh.
With her cousin.
Get there early so they're definitely in the front row. Nothing suspicious about that.
She just really... And she like, if I was working, she'd always stay around afterwards. So if I went on the bar, she'd stick around. If I was out on a night out, she'd go. And it was always either one of those two things. I never just went home.
So this is when you're like early 20s.
This is when I'm like 18, 19.
Late
Right.
teens, yeah.
Yeah.
And how old's she?
Late 20s.
Oh.
Yeah. Like late 20s. She might have been 30. She was really, really strange. And then...
Isn't it a funny one, that age thing? I think women, I'm not trying to be like, I'm on your side, sisters, but it is a bit weird. Like 29-year-old men dating younger women is less frowned upon, almost. Like, but that
like
just
a bit of a cougar.
Yeah, but like a 29-year-old girl is like, I really love this 18-year-old lad. Makes you go, really?
Well, she was a proper super comedy fan, but then I don't know whether I should be talking about this, but it got proper weird when she started like following me places. Like I'd just be in Subway, and I'd come out, and she'd be over the road.
She used to follow us to bars and stuff.
Like,
You're the first rung of comedy, and you've already got someone like, Adam, I really like your comedy. Can you sign this Subway wrapper?
no, but she didn't do that. That
Yeah.
was the thing. She was always just there. Like, she very rarely would, like, say hello. So I'd come out to, like, let's say I'm in Subway, I'd come out, because, like, one specific time I remember, I come out to the Subway by Central Station in Liverpool, and over the road is a chippy called the Lobster Pot by Clayton Square Shopping Centre. And she's just there, and she just did, you know, the sort of awkward smile of, we know each other, but we don't know each other to talk. The amount of times I seen this girl was just insane. So, like, I'd be in, like, the Apple shop, and she'd be going in as I come out. Like, it was constant. Then if I was ever in work, she'd make sure, like, you'd see her, like, making sure that I served her. Then, like, if me and Carl were somewhere, like, there's a photo of me and Carl, she's just in the background of it. I was seeing...
Yeah, but not even looking at it, just like profile.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, like, I started seeing a girl called... well, I won't say it, but I started seeing a girl that I work with, and she was getting, like, letters, so she had my girlfriend's address, saying, you don't deserve Adam, you're not a good enough girlfriend for Adam. Like, newspaper
Was she
cutouts.
good at sex, though? That's a question.
I was genuinely tempted when I split up with me girlfriend to just give it a go. Like, just...
Danger! Like, that is one of those. There's a lad where you're like, don't
Once
do it,
I
don't do
became
it.
single, I'd see her more and more and more, and it was like places that
The
weren't
vets, the leisure centre.
That breakdancing class. She was just there.
She was in a breakdancing class at
What?
So Peter Lloyd's, the leisure centre by ours.
Have you done breakdancing?
No.
Oh my God!
No.
We were playing footy.
We were
I was
play-
going to be like, Adam's like, trying to do...
Well, I know for a fact that she's from Kirkdale.
Right.
You wouldn't go to Peter Lloyd's in West Derby
No.
for your breakdancing class. You just wouldn't.
You would for love.
The weirdest one.
I learned to breakdance for Adam Rowe.
The weirdest one
Break it down.
was the golf course. I was pulling up to the golf course with my mate Ryan, who I used to play golf with, and she was in the car going out of the golf course
Yeah.
as we arrived. It's like she'd just played around.
Can I
the golf-
just say, she was good at this.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's
You couldn't make it
people
up.
really suffer with this, and when it's like Harry Robinson and you, it's kind of funny, isn't it? Because there's no threat of violence or rape or something. Like, if this was reversed and it was like, yeah, Adam was a young 18-year-old female comic, and there's a 29-year-old bloke just turning up and like in the back of pictures,
Yeah,
it
that'd
would
be
be
fucking
the
weird.
most sinister thing. When it's this role reversal, it's kind of like amusing, but she's weird. She's by the time weirdly good at it.
Yeah.
That's real to know when you're going in to come out,
Yeah.
to be part of a class where you're playing football, to have the almost like, what is it, mental strength to not just go Adam, but to just hang back in and around you.
We were very social though. Like, she had him on Facebook, not under that name, Defo. Because like we were like, oh, I got footy tonight at 7. You know what I mean? So like, it wasn't
She
like
must
she
have
had
added
him.
me or followed me or something. Maybe she was part of groups at the same time. Yeah.
Whoa.
And then when I started seeing me second girlfriend, like, it just slowly fizzled out.
Right.
And then one day, should I say her name?
No.
No. Second girlfriend.
Second girlfriend name? No.
If ever you think that, don't do it.
Give it a fake name. Joe.
Joe. So I was in Joe's
Phil Tufnell.
I was in Phil Tufnell's house, and we just heard like some noise in the back garden. And we opened the fucking curtains.
No.
This was their mum and dad's house, wasn't it?
It was Joe's mum and dad's house, and just like all she's Dan.
Go on. I'm calling bull. I've been really on board so far, but now I'm ready to call bullshit.
You seen
You've taken it so far that I'm ready.
was just like legs sticking out of the bush.
Is that all bullshit? You absolute fucking rat! I was
Breakdancing class. Yeah.
He completely had me. Why am I so fucking absolutely so gullible?
29-year-old stalker.
Because he
called
builds
Victoria.
it slow.
Because he's
He went
so
to a breakdancing
good.
class.
It's so good. And he even went, should I say a name? And I was like, oh, Adam's getting emotional. And what he's doing is he's trying to buy time to
not
think
laugh.
bullshit.
No,
and
I
not
used to
laugh.
know
He's
laugh.
not laugh because he went.
There was a few times where you were commentating on that at them, and I was just behind you, just like, come on,
Yeah.
you don't have to laugh. At it.
Whenever your eyes get watery, it's the biggest give because whenever Adam is crying or getting watery eyes, he's having the most fun, and I should have been.
Just standing outside Subway.
No, but annoyingly, it was weirdly believable.
He ties it into truth.
I am telling you right now, a lot of people probably I'm dumb.
I'd say
So
most people.
most
that.
bought
But,
it. Yeah. I think at breakdancing, some of the smarter lids will have been like, he's fucking talking shit down. But it so suits the podcast for me to believe it that I'm like, go on.
I thought
How
you-
would she
she's-
have timed coming out of the golf course?
Well, that's what I meant.
As we went in,
I
thought
don't
you
know.
were gonna
That's why I was
say
like,
she was-
she's good at it, isn't she?
she's fucking brilliant.
I thought you were going to
just
say
played-
she was breakdancing in the garden. I was like, please say it.
There was a noise. And we opened up there, and there was two legs.
She just dove head first into the bush.
Fucking rat. I had a stalker and I married her, and she's now about to have my second child. Oh my God.
So, question 2.
Quick fire.
You're so good at it. You've got to give Adam Rowe, in terms of content, it hasn't all definitely happened, but it fucking works. Like, I almost want to just believe it. Touche, lid. Touche.
I can't believe, like at the start, Carl went, "Have you had a stalker?"
And then I knew all the facts.
And then he knew every detail in crystal clear memory.
A lot of the time, I'm not,
Breakdancing class.
no, but if you watch the podcast, you know that all of us miss things while we're
Yeah.
trying to line up something. Like sometimes you miss me saying a funny line, or I miss Adam saying a funny line, because it's like you're trying to think of where you're going next. So if I just miss a couple of beats, I'm totally like, if I miss one moment, then I'm like, oh shit, this is real, and I'm on the hook. What a fucking bell end. But I don't care because I want to be on the hook. It was more fun. Landry says, would you rather have your brain transferred into a robotic body or Frankenstein's monster body when you die?
What's the difference?
One's a robot and one's a big monster.
Like sewn together body parts.
Oh, well then robot, innit?
Yeah, it's definitely. Well, Landry, I don't get it. Like, it's robot, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be a fucking PS7?
Yeah, but you can't socialise with people as a robot. You can be an ugly man and have mates.
Yeah, but
Why can't you
It's not a-
socialise with people as a robot?
How would that work?
what's
No,
your
but-
brain? Yeah.
But if they made it look like AI...
Oh, so it
Yeah.
doesn't look like a robot, looks like an AI.
I reckon it's easier to be a robot than to be a big fucking ugly green cunt.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that.
I think we just leave that one there, Landry. I hope that answers your question. Dominic McKeown says, when will we hear Carl's porn star babysitter story?
I can tell it's on a Patreon, isn't it? I won't use any names, though.
Yeah.
Is your camera working?
My camera is working, yeah.
Is it a sad song? Is it a sad story?
Not really. Kind
Okay.
of. This is a sad, dead sad bit.
All right. Just
Uh,
give me a nod when that is, and I'll really crank it up.
It was my ex-girlfriend. Wasn't a porn star, but I was... You all right?
Adam just started doing emails there while Carl was telling us.
It was I know the start of the story.
Oh, right. Sorry. You do
Take
your
it away.
admin. Go on, Carl.
Carl babysat
Go on.
for a
So,
porn star.
my ex-girlfriend's house, across the road, and she's in like a cove. We didn't know because we were only kids. We were like 16, 17, 18.
A
moved together.
cove.
It's like it's not,
Like a cul-de-sac.
no, but it's not a road. It's grass verged.
All right.
Do you know what I mean? There was a lady who looked like a porn star. You know, blonde, big boobs, plastic. And we didn't know. And then one day we went back to hers, and the mum and dad were watching a video in the living room, and the mum went, "Don't fucking come in." But we could hear what it was. We were like, "What the fuck are they doing there?" And then she explained, saying it's come out that this lady's a porn star, and her videos are going around the neighbourhood. We've been babysitting for like 8 months because she had 2 little ones. And then the next time we went over, like, I'd done a bit of digging, and under the couch was just like stacks and stacks and stacks of porn. Like as a part of the couch, like under it. Do you like when you lift the cushions up?
Yeah.
Well, like hidden drugs, but porn.
Like porn videos and porn magazines.
Right.
Carried on doing that. And then, I don't know if I should say this bit.
There we Patreon.
Then her dad got executed next door in the front garden.
I see why you're hesitating now. I do see why he hesitated.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so, yeah.
No, it is.
I'm going to see what into everyone like, fucking porn in a couch. What are you on about, Dan? Break dancing classes, executed in the garden. Are you for real?
Yeah. I probably won't go any further than that, but yeah. That's what
Do you
happened.
know what happened with the execution? What was he like, Anne Boleyn's lover? What was...
He was, yeah, he got guillotined.
Yeah.
What was the method? Oh, shish.
But we were there.
What other method would samurai sword?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or wild wolf attack.
You mean wolf?
That is a common way.
Wild wolf. What type of wolf have you got? I got a wild wolf. Well, I got a house wolf.
So yeah, we used to babysit for the porn star. You can go online and find her. I'm not going to say a name, but it's called porn star.
Right. Why was it going round the neighbourhood like fucking hell at 29?
Hang on a fucking minute. Are you telling me that if you found out the woman who lives opposite you was sucking dick for money on camera, you wouldn't have a word with Brian next door about it?
Yeah, but it sounds like a bit of a witch hunt when you say it like that, doesn't
No,
it?
it wasn't. It was like,
just
oh
like-
my God, this video.
Gosh, innit?
Yeah.
Here over there, she's taking fucking 9-inch pipe
Yeah.
for a living. Not just for fucking Tuesday
I
night
suppose
jollies.
it is noteworthy, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the next parish council meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put the 2 facts that I've just given you together, you can do the puzzle. But I'm not going to say anymore. But yeah, it was heavy.
Thanks for that, Dominic. I can't even
It's just
remember.
that I'll tell you later why it's a very...
Oh no, you can't because it's so annoying to them.
No, but
like
I mean,
it's the most annoying. Like we might as well not have it in to be like, lads, off the camera. I'll give you all the
No,
details,
but I mean,
and everyone's like, fuck off, you
the
know.
people who put 1 and 1 together and get 2 will know why.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
He was nicking
we don't
from
want to
the
be
porn
executed
stash.
in our gardens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I live in Cheshire, so I'll be aight. Bradley Wood says,
How quick do you think I would give your address up under interrogation?
I just don't think they've.
Bradley Woods worked with us in Zelix, and that's not a lie.
Is that Woodsy?
Yeah.
Oh, BW.
Yeah, now he owns the book.
Was he bar manager? No.
No, he was like supervisor when we started, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Bradley Wood says, "Sapnin Liz, would you rather every time you had a piss sang Africa by Toto at the top of your voice in public bogs, the lot, or every time you have a shit, you whoop and cheer and applaud yourself for everyone to hear? Loving what you lads are doing. Keep up the great work."
Well, I already do the second one.
So every time you have a piss, you have to. I was the race down in Africa. You
have to learn the words.
Bum 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 bum.
I don't shit in public very often, so I'd pick that. Easy. He shits everywhere, he'd be fucked.
You got to remember
You
with the Would You
don't.
Rathers, though, you can never explain it to people.
Yeah.
So you'd be clapping and screaming in your house, and your mum would be like, "What are you doing?" You just have to be like,
Yeah.
"Mind your business."
Do you know what? I think past the first few times, I think you'd be all right with it. Because it is kind of fun just thinking, in a public, you'd be like, ah, woo! Woo! Just to like really fuck with the people who don't like pooing in public places.
I don't not like it. I just because I have to get a shower after I poo, so I'll wait until I get home.
I want to take the piss out of anyone that says that, but it does make sense. Laura cannot poo anywhere apart from at home. She holds in the control.
If you poo and use paper to wipe it up and then walk around the streets, you're an animal.
That's 90% of people, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that, but you're an
so
animal.
you're the weirdo.
Yeah, totally. But I'm a clean weirdo.
Yeah.
Ugh. I just got like PTSD from my 4-year-old who started wiping her own bum, and my God, 4-year-olds do not know how to do that. She's like, Daddy, have I finished? I'm like, no, you're having a fucking nightmare. I've finished. I'm going to put my pants back on. I'm like, you're fucking not. You're a mess, mate. It's like you're hungover. Like, horrible.
Get a Karcher.
Kids, mate. When people are like, we're going to adopt a baby. Adopt a 9-year-old.
No, you don't want to adopt a 9-year-old.
Oh, you do.
No, because that 9-year-old has been through some fucking shit, hasn't he? Otherwise, they're not fucking up for adoption. A baby, you might as well get a brand new baby and fuck it up yourself.
Good. Just get one that's already been through all of the toilet training and sleep problems, says a man who's about to have another child. Good God.
Do you want me to take it for the first 9 years?
Oh my God.
Raise it for you.
What kind of child would I get back?
Like a wolf child, wouldn't it? We'll be able to walk.
Be fucking great at FIFA when you get it back.
Got to think of the breakdancing. He's got all those classes.
I was like, where's he going to go with this? And you took it so well to Peter Lloyd. I was like, well done.
Yeah, because you went too big too quick and I had to correct it.
And you were great at it. I was made up.
Leston Foster says, hi, Lids. If you could design a tattoo for each other that you have to keep, not allowed to get it lasered off, what tattoo would you give the other? Love the pod.
Swastika.
Let's go left to right. So I'd give Adam's. Adam gives Carl's gives Finn's gives me's.
I would put a swastika in the middle of Carl's forehead.
But would you, though?
Yeah, he would.
Would you?
But would you, though?
Yeah, would you?
No, but genuinely, you get to...
him.
Say we make a pact now where we honestly do this and it's got to stay, it can't be lasered off. You're his best friend and you would get a swastika put on his forehead and ruin his life. I don't believe you. You wouldn't.
Ask him if he believes me.
No, but I know like the joke is like, oh, they're horrible to each other. You'd ruin his life and your friendship.
Wouldn't ruin a friendship. He'd get it. He'd be
I'd
like,
laugh.
Would you? You know how you don't like pooing out in public? I don't think you'd like going out in public.
Just wear bandanas.
I think that might be worse. Fucking hell, I'd rather be a Nazi than a nonce. I'd rather be a Nazi than a nonce. Or a do-rag.
I'd wear a do-rag everywhere.
Well, that's culturally insensitive.
Is it?
Yeah.
More culturally insensitive than the swastika on my hair.
That was the joke.
That was the joke. I'd get Finn a bent over man on his belly button, and his belly button was the arsehole. So you could finger a man's arse on your belly. Would you like that? Yeah.
That would be
I was thinking for Dan, why don't we get him? Because he's not very scary or intimidating. I was thinking get him a teardrop tattoo, and then people would be thinking he's a murderer in public.
No. Oh my God, I'd look so bad. My old bald head and then a tribal Maori facial eye tattoo. Yeah. What a fucking bell end.
I think it'd be great. It's not as bad as a swastika, is it?
Yeah. I'd get Adam a nice heart saying, I love Sophie Hagen, and then he can just deal with that. Right over his heart. This heart.
If I can't have the swastika one on Carl.
I'm not saying you can't.
What about if
I'm
I
saying
get him?
you wouldn't.
So your ex-girlfriend, your only other girlfriend, I won't say her name, but let's say her name was Lisa, which it obviously isn't because there's no Lisas under the age of 30. Right.
It is, we know one.
Oh yeah, there's one Lisa under the age of 30.
Really just slammed
But I'd
all
just
the
get-
Lisas. Lisa's not that old a name.
I want you back, Lisa, just on your midriff, and then next time you have sex with your missus.
Oh, you're never getting a blowjob again, are you? Oh, you'd have to just wear it. You'd have to do the
Just wear a
t-shirt.
do-rag.
You're going to look like a burst pipe that
Still on your
someone's...
head.
Yeah.
Just, that someone's just tried to quickly fix.
Unrelated.
No, because it's that sexy. So you wouldn't give a fuck about the tattoo. Do you know what I'd do for Adam? I'd get all of his exes, including his current girlfriend, and then under it, ... Like there was another one to come.
Now you see, if it was hidden away, I believe that, yeah.
Etc.
I can't
If I could do yours, I'd get single, childless, and ready to mingle. Put on your arm.
Single, childless, and ready to mingle. Well, yeah.
Would you get a have a word tattoo?
Yeah, they're cool. I've seen them. They look pretty cool. That's for you, Tom. Yeah.
You haven't got any tattoos, have you?
I can't.
Why?
Because I've got psoriasis. My skin already has a nightmare just existing anyway.
Have you shown him your
Would
tattoo?
you get one?
Have you got a tattoo?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can we see it?
It's on my dick.
Is it?
Yeah. It says Ludo. Tell it to Rex.
Says,
And it says
I'm
Lando
a
now.
wizard. That's very good. Very good. I stomped all over that. Sorry, mate. Ludo.
No, I've got I Love Victoria above a picture of Ashley Banjo breakdancing on my arm.
That's true.
I haven't got a tattoo. I'm sure I've told you this because my mum told me never to get one. And a genuine advice was, don't ever get a tattoo because if you ever murder anyone, you'll be easier to
Oh
identify.
my God, yeah. I remember it from one of our very first episodes.
Yeah, that's
back
true.
In the days.
That was Anne's.
Shout out to all the people who are like, yeah, I listened to that 3 weeks ago because I've caught up properly. How
Would you
mentally
get one?
ill must you feel if you've done all them episodes?
If you could.
No, I've said this before. Everything I've ever bought, fashion-wise, I've gone off eventually. Like most things quickly. There's a few items that I've clung on to, but like I had a leather jacket that I wore for on and off. Like I quite liked it for like 10 years or whatever. And then in the end you go, look shit.
I
just
can't
think
imagine
the
you in a
tattoo-
leather jacket, yeah.
That looked all right. Looks all right.
Is any pictures?
In my hair, dear. When I look like Mowgli. Everyone like, no, you fucking didn't. I know I didn't. Lids. So I just think I'd go off it. I had a lip piercing for a bit.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It really worked for a certain type of lady in my single days. Mainly girls who had piercings, who are, by
Would
the
you
way,
get a Prince Albert?
fun. What's that?
Would you get a Prince Albert?
Is that
What's
a
that?
dick piercing?
Is your bell pierced, innit?
No. I don't want anything piercing, and I don't like piercings in general.
Oh, you don't like jewelry,
I like
do
a
you?
little nipple piercing.
I don't like piercings, apart from nipples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One nipple being pierced.
On a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not just.
Is that why you're so sensitive about me touching your boobs? Just in case I hit you. Have you got a nipple pierce recently?
No.
Yeah. Can I say it? Girls who've got the nipple pierced,
Sexy.
they like to bang.
Yeah.
I really feel like it's just these little, don't know,
Indicators.
like it's the if they smoke they poke.
Yeah. I don't like earrings. I find them really unattractive. Any earrings.
Mm.
You the same?
No. And I just know you don't like jewelry on ladies.
Yeah. It's not all jewelry. It's just earrings.
What's done the earrings thing?
I don't know. I just really, really don't like them. And it's like, you know, the like the off-putting thing.
Pat Butcher.
Yeah,
Especially little just studs. Ugh, big oops.
Wow.
Dangly,
Quite
feathery
quite
ones.
like earrings.
The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe, they say, don't they?
Have you ever been with a girl with a pierced pom-pom, pierced clit?
Yeah. Her name was Victoria.
Genuinely, my ex Victoria had a pierced.
Pierce pum pum.
Yeah,
I pierce your pum pum down.
and
That's what
I
they
don't
say
know,
in the
man.
gym.
It's you. I don't know. It just feels like you.
It's just unnecessary, isn't it?
What happens if you catch?
But she was actual. She was bi, so she'd been with girls before she met me, and I think for them it's like it's a bit more. It happened more in the gay scene.
Did you both get one and get like magnetized? So when they scissor, it's like
Like when you split two orphans up who are twins and give them half a medallion
an
each.
amulet.
A Forever Friends clit piercing.
No, I mean, but if you've both got one and it's magnetized, then it must be.
Oh, if you get those
But
looped
only
in.
magnetised to each other.
Yeah.
It's very
Oh my God.
complicated magnet.
Yeah. That'd be easy, that wouldn't it? You just lie in bed. Just, whew.
I just don't know.
It's a plot of National Treasure 3, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Just the thought of having your clit pierced. Ah, that's a
I always think of that.
One of my mates just had a camera in the Jap's eye and talked.
In the what?
Oh, sorry. Did I say chap's eye?
Chaps.
In the chap's eye.
Did you say chap? You did say chap.
I said chap's eye.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'll
what.
subtitle it.
Sorry, I don't know what you heard. Everyone.
I'll subtitle it.
In the meatus urethris meatus,
That's the one.
in the surprise Caucasian, had a camera down and
There's a little tiny boff that has come out.
He looked at it.
I know, we're wrapping up anyway.
No, I want to do more.
No, I don't want to sit and smell your vile
Face that way
arse.
then. Oh, that smells like L'Oreal flavoured poo. Flavoured.
Just think anything with your private parts that should not be like pierced or fucked with. I am not looking forward to the bit where they're like, Dan, you're so old. We need to put a camera in your dick.
Yeah.
That's not good,
It's
is
like
it?
vlogger.
Like, can I just choose death?
Can we put it on Patreon? Inside Dan's Dick, episode 1.
Vlogger.
No, I'm just putting it on my YouTube. I need content.
Imagine though if they put a camera up your dick, right? And as they just got to the top of it, there's just a little tiny man who lives in there. He's just like,
You're right. I'm Dan's bladder man.
he was always going to be Scouse, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's
Not
Scouse.
Japanese.
Hello,
He's Scouse.
I'm just
He
an
didn't
idiot.
used to be, but
I just, I have a little look. What's coming up the pipe? Come that way. Piss that way. Come that way. Piss.
Puts the cones out.
Yeah. He's just like a fucking, a little breakdancing track recording.
like
Saturday Night
a
Fever.
lollipop. Like a
Yeah.
lollipop.
This way. You're this way.
Hang on. Whoa.
All the jizz up this one. All the piss up that one. Do they come out the same pipe? You come and you piss.
No.
Well, they don't come from the same place. That they
One
come from
comes
the
from
same
your
pipe,
bladder.
don't they? Yeah.
Do they? Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there a little like sort of junction with the?
Yeah, there must be a valve.
Have you ever had to piss after you've done a jizz? Merging lanes is hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever had any intrusive operations like that, or anything like that? Any? I was circumcised.
Corruption.
I was circumcised when I was 8 or 7.
Did they,
7 or
did
8.
they give you the skin to keep?
Yeah, I ate it, fried it up,
Good luck, innit?
had it on a panini.
Lie.
Of course, it was a lie.
Oh.
Of course, it was a lie. It's not. It's not like when you give birth and like you're a hippie and you're like, oh, we actually.
Do you know the only bit
did
I
he
didn't
call it?
believe then was when you said panini. You genuinely, yeah, I ate it, had it on her, and I was like,
Yeah,
salad.
I am a fussy eater, so I don't think your own dick meat is something I'd gone. Couldn't even get fucking chicken dippers in me at the time.
Did they not give you that?
No, but Longley ate the placenta of when his first son was born.
Why?
It's a thing people do, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like it's an old pagan thing or something.
Sorry to do with like connection, isn't it? And being part of the process.
It's a fucking hippie thing to eat the placenta that is popped out after your son's or daughter's been born, in his case a son, and then you eat it. It's apparently full of nutrients. Fried up placenta.
Why would you want to?
Are you going to do that next year when Sam gives birth?
No.
Okay.
Because that's not going to happen.
We'll see.
With most eutherian mammals, the placenta is consumed by the mother.
Oh, really?
Historically, humans consuming the placenta.
Why would you have that when there's a fucking Mackey's on every corner? Do you know what I mean? You can't have been that hungry.
Shut.
Yeah. 24 hours.
Rough.
Would you eat it?
What? I don't even want to be in the birth. I'm not eating the placenta. Do you know I have?
eat it.
Do you know I have to be in the birth now?
You've never had baked beans, have you?
No.
So you're not going to eat placenta, are you?
You are spot on. Not even on panini.
What about punani?
You have to be in the birth.
Yeah,
Why?
because of COVID.
Oh, you can't just be floating around.
You basically when we're going in for the birth in a few weeks, you've got one person that you go to. So before it was a case of we all went to the hospital. When Etta was born, we all went to the hospital. Becca, my sister-in-law, was the birthing partner. I was there till the last minute when they both went into theatre. Becca was there with Laura. I fucked off, tried to park the car, got back, happy families. This time, you're only allowed one person to be your everything. If you're with someone from the off, and then you're the only person allowed to visit, Laura's not allowed to visit. So if, for whatever reason, she's in hospital for a few days, I'm the only person who's allowed to visit. So I now have to do...
Have you thought about disguises?
The birth. I have to be in there for a C-section.
But people could disguise themselves as you if they want to visit.
What, with a big fucking Mike Tyson tribal tattoo around the eye? I just can't believe I'm going to have to do it. So I'm looking forward to telling you the horror story that is me being part of major surgery, because I don't want to be there.
Just don't look.
Because Laura's like, you've got to be there. I'm like, of course I do, babe. I love you. I'll be here for you. I'm your rock.
Do you
I'm
want to let me
really
PSP?
in my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck this.
I've got a Nintendo Switch there.
Yeah. Just take that. Play on that. Take
I'm
your phone.
so worried I'm going to faint or pass out when I hear just the...
Take your headphones. You can take headphones from the studio.
You
don't mind.
actually can take headphones in.
Yeah. Take them. Put them on.
Get a
Watch
mask.
Shrek 2.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Do one of the Zoom episodes from the...
Can we?
You've just had an idea.
Can we?
Just me with the Zoomer. Laura, Adam says hi. Finn, wave.
Take some of the spare soundproofing pads and just put them round her. So that she can't fucking... With all the fucking noise they make when they give
Oh, no,
birth.
the blue curtain's up. That'll work brilliantly, won't it?
Yeah.
Take a green screen. Take a green curtain.
Oh, I'm so not looking forward to it. Would you be asked if you were having a baby, would you just be in there, not bothered?
I don't think not
so
bothered is the
bad at
term. I'd be in there if my partner wanted me to be in there. If she was like, yeah, I need you there to hold me hand and what... Like, because I'd just be like, look what she's going through. Me looking at it is not as bad as having to do it.
100%.
So, fair enough. If you want me there, then fine. I think it would sort of knock me a bit seeing it get cut out. But I'd be there if I...
But you don't have to see any of that. There's the blue curtain. But then people are like, how can you not look? I'll be like, I am going to struggle to open my eyes.
You can't
I
go
probably
back
would
there,
have a
can
little
you?
peek. Just
Would
have a
you?
little-
You
Imagine
go back down there
if it
again?
was there and you just went,
You would.
good God.
You would. Because it doesn't look like that the next time you fuck them. They stitch it up and that. They put it back together.
Yeah, but you just see a baby's head hanging out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's the old traditional vaginal birth.
Yeah.
Ours,
she had a C-section,
ours is a
did she?
C-section.
Oh, sorry.
So you
yeah.
But
basically,
either way, I'd have a look.
Oh, yeah,
basically
yeah.
seeing the...
Yeah, yeah. A
Either
belly
way,
up.
I'd have a look.
Well, you'd have a look, would you?
At the C-section, yeah.
Even talking about it now is making me feel weird. Oh, can you watch like blood and guts and gore on TV
No.
and stuff?
I can, yeah.
I can't.
If my missus had a C-section, are you not like interested in what it inside's? Wouldn't you just like lift the flap up and be like into car?
You ate the fucking cheesecake. There it is, you bitch.
Yeah, she'd be like, what? Look at
Oh my
that.
god!
There's your fucking lungs there,
Oh,
girl.
it's making me feel weird.
I don't think they'd let you do that.
Oh, fucking hell. Is that where your kidneys are?
Whoa!
You're gonna be shite.
Oh, I'm going to be so bad at this. Oh, how does anyone be a nurse or a doctor? Got to be a
Take the gavel. Have a little fucking rummage round.
See if we can make a fart.
Fucked.
what, just squeeze a bowel.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it. You'll get the full report when Nightingale number 2 turns up, April 27th.
Have a look round and see. Oh no, she's a girl. I was
What?
gonna say see where the fucking piss and the cum pipes meet,
Right.
but she's a girl.
I don't think the midwife will appreciate that line of questioning. Excuse me, sister.
But if you're ever there when they're taking a fucking male apart, or maybe they're going to be doing something similar next door, ask if you can pop in and have a little look.
What?
He wants to know the cum pipe piss
Yeah.
amalgamation.
Yeah. What, next door to the maternity ward is the cum and piss pipe ward. Because it makes sense, doesn't it? One's for ladies, one's for men.
Yeah, just ask where the cum and piss pipe
What
ward is.
operation would they be having? The dick op? What operation?
Maybe
Right.
there's a man whose cum and piss pipes are tangled and he wants to untangle them. I'm just saying, you never know.
Gonna
And if
pay-
you don't ask, you don't get.
It's a
Gonna
possibility.
pay off the mortgage, and I can't believe it.
Can I christen the kid because I'm an ordained minister?
Come have the christening in here.
In what religion?
What religion do you want?
Devout non-believer.
That's me.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I
You're in.
know you're an unbeliever, but you got to get the kid christened because then they can get into better schools.
All right, great. Islam, please.
I'll be in
There's a
Islamic.
really good, I don't know if you know about the bit of rural Cheshire that I'm in.
Islamic school.
Excellent Muslim faith school. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam.
I'll just say that.
Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam.
Such a banger that.
Arabian Night. Shall we call a pod? Because
Name
I've
of the Father,
fucking
the Son, and the fucking lids. Kid.
I'll do that.
I'm all right.
And it'll be
You
like...
got a name yet?
Yeah, Jack.
Oh yeah, of course.
Or
yeah.
Tredavious.
Or Tredavious.
Few options.
Yeah.
We like Jack,
Yeah.
but obviously there's a few Jacks knocking around, and I watch a lot of the NFL. So Laura was like, I can't think of any names. I was like, babe, just watch the whole season. I've got some options. Tredavious, yeah. Barkevious,
Yeah.
Keyshawn,
Yeah.
Oh, I like Keyshawn.
or DeAndre.
DeAndre.
Or just, what about that?
Keyshawn, I like Keyshawn.
Yeah, what about all of them? Keyshawn, DeAndre, Nightingale. Tredavious, Keyshawn.
Sounds fast.
Tredavious, Keyshawn, Nightingale, yeah.
What? Adolf?
And then just see who in your family is intrinsically racist. Because if you introduce people as like Tredavious and then just never reference it, just see who goes, but it's a what name? But it's a... Say what? What name is it?
Tredavious to me doesn't sound black. It sounds Roman.
Tredavious, come
Yeah.
forth
Yeah.
and fight ye.
Tredavious sounds Roman.
It does.
Emperor Tredavious.
Exactly.
Emperor Shaquille.
Yeah.
Balaki.
Like Elroy sounds black.
Elroy.
Elroy.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about?
Lamar.
Lamar.
Call it Lamar.
Lamar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elroy.
Yeah.
His boy Elroy. do 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 do. The Black
Winston.
Jetsons.
Winston sounds black, doesn't it? And it's also Winston Churchill's name.
You're doing old black names.
Yeah.
Winston Bogart.
I'm doing Tredavious. I'm just going off one fucking
Yeah.
amazing player called Tredavious White.
Steve.
I think we might have run out of energy. When you have to pause and go, Steve. I think this pod might have run its course when we're like, Tredavious, DeAndre, Hitler, Steve.
Kobe, it'd be good.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Are
much?
these the suggestions for Adam's dog? Because a lot of them are the suggestions for Adam's dog. I think Hitler and Kobe were definitely two suggestions for Adam's dog.
Would you call, like, if you could call the child anything, if Laura was like, look, right, you've worked really hard
I've
this year.
got the call, yeah.
Yeah, you've worked really, really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yari,
Yari.
after Litmanen.
Ooh, good play.
With a J, yeah? J-A-R-I.
Honestly, I thought Yari Litmanen was a fucking great player. I think it's a weirdly quite good name, Yari Nightingale.
I know, there's a lad we know who named his child after Luis Suarez. His name's Louis.
Louis, yeah.
That's a nice.
And it's spelled
Nice.
L-U-I-S.
Nice.
Yeah.
Louis.
Yeah. Dads should not be allowed to choose the names of
I'm
children.
called Carl because Karl-Heinz Riegler's a footballer.
Seriously?
And my brothers are red. Because I remember my mum was thinking of names and my brother went, call him Carl. Like taking the piss, and she went, oh, that's a very nice name, that. And
Did
called
you
me
say
Carl.
you remember that?
So
I remember hearing that story. I was listening.
Karl-Heinz Riegler. What year did he play for Liverpool in and around then?
He must have, yeah. Karl-Heinz Riegler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that why there's so many Kennys in Liverpool?
Are there?
Is there a lot of Kennys?
Oh, I don't know.
You're thinking Lockstock, aren't you?
Because of Kenny Dalglish.
Kenny.
I'm called Adam because of...
Oh, yeah?
Let's end on this, right?
because of the lad in the Bible.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right.
My granddad was dead religious.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how he got the
So is he
contract
gonna
with the
be called?
cathedral. Adam forgets his own bullshit sometimes.
does.
He's like, oh, yeah, that
I was
works.
called Lisa for like 6 hours. Oh, I've told you that.
I was called Vincent
Is
for
your
a week.
dick that small? I couldn't find it for 6
I was
hours.
called Vincent for a week, wasn't I?
Yeah.
After me granddad, and then my mum was like talked out of it because it was that old fashioned. So as a peace offering to me granddad, they called me Adam because of its religious.
She's reading the Bible. So,
Origins.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So Jack is...
It was either going to be Adam or Judas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
What?
Why?
Just picked Adam.
Should we end this pod?
I feel like Adam's trying to get to a certain point here.
I feel like we're, you know, that act that's had a perfectly good gig, but we're trying to close on a big laugh, and we're all looking at each other going, "Lads, anything?"
Called Adam because of the Bible. Yeah. Our Jack was called Jack because of Jack and the Beanstalk. Mum's favourite book.
After the Bible.
After the Bible.
Mum's not really into the Bible. That was for my granddad.
All right, cool.
Yeah. If we ever had a third one,
yeah,
it was going to be called The Shining.
Why?
Oh,
why is that?
Because it's a book that he just thought of.
Yeah.
I think he thought of the
film.
film.
Book that I could think
End the gig. I feel like the compare going, mate, you're not going to get the big laugh. John, come on, call it. You're going over time.
If you ever had the little sister.
Can you red light him? Carl, red light him.
Yeah. If you ever had a little sister, we're going to call her Fiona.
After what, Bruce?
Yeah, Fiona Bruce. My dad's favourite action hero.
Carl lights Riegler. You're getting flash, mate. Bye, Felicia.